my name is Riley Thanum, and this is my speech titled, A Place for the Homeless. Can you imagine if you had to live each day not knowing where you would sleep at night? In the city of Fort Worth, Texas, there are thousands of people that live this way every single day. According to Alex Branch's article titled, The Number of Homeless People in Tarrant County, there were 2,930 homeless people living in the city of Fort Worth in the year 2013, and this number is still increasing. For this speech, I have pulled a variety of sources that are not only credible, but are relevant to our community. Chronic homelessness is greatly increasing in the city of Fort Worth, and as citizens, we are responsible for finding a solution to fix the problem. In this speech, I will share with you the causes of homelessness, the effects of homelessness, what perpetuates this, and what solutions we can find to solve the problem. Let's start by taking a look at what this community issue is in the first place. The issue of homelessness has been very prevalent in the city of Fort Worth for many years. The National Healthcare for the Homeless Council published an article in 2014 titled, What is the Official Definition of Homelessness? In this article, they stated that an individual who is considered homeless is an individual who lives without permanent housing. This includes people that live on the streets, in vehicles, in abandoned buildings, in shelters, in missions, and in other temporary residencies. A person is considered homeless by their standards if they have no home to call their own, and they move around living temporarily with friends and family. Chronic homelessness is when an individual is homeless for at least 4 times in the past 3 years. Kathy Hurst, a writer for the Star-Telegram, posted an article this past February that stated that homelessness in Tarrant County is up 60% since last year. This is a huge increase in the wrong direction from what the city is aiming towards. Hurst claims that the city should provide 643 beds for chronic homeless people, and an additional 145 beds for homeless veterans to get people off the streets by the year 2015. In his article, Alex Branch stated that in addition to the homeless individuals living in Fort Worth, there are 338 families with children without permanent housing. The amount of homeless children in the city has grown 26 to 31% since the last census was taken. A census on the homeless people is taken in the city of Fort Worth every 2 years. Now that you clearly understand the heaviness of the issue at hand, let's take a look at some of the ways homelessness harms the people in the community of Fort Worth. Because of the harsh nature of homelessness, citizens in Fort Worth living this lifestyle have great difficulty leading successful, healthy lives. The 2 greatest concerns for people that do not have permanent housing is their health and safety. Often, living a homeless lifestyle, personal hygiene is overlooked. Homeless people are very susceptible to diseases and illnesses because they have little resources to improve their health. In homeless communities are located in dangerous parts of the city where lots of crime is prevalent, putting the lives of the people on the streets at risk. Many homeless women are attacked on the streets and suffer from severe acts of violence. There are a large number of homeless youth and children who suffer from intensely negative repercussions of living the homeless lifestyle. In 2011, there were 2 graduate students from the University of Denver named Stephanie Bell and Eugene Wells. They conducted a study titled Correlates of Engaging in Survival Sex Among Homeless Youth and Young Adults. They gathered research from 1,625 homeless youth ages 10 to 25. Of this number, they found that almost 10% of the claim to practice survival sex for food, money, drugs, or shelter. Because these youth have very few ways to support themselves, they engage in survival sex or coerced sex work by pimps as a last resort for survival on the streets. They also found that 1 in 4 women use sex as survival means. Many youth participate in drug activity and alcohol consumption while living on the streets. This is very detrimental to their health. Many people living this nomadic lifestyle have not received the proper education they need to provide themselves with a better opportunity. Shelters and resource centers attempt to provide homeless people with opportunities for education. However, little is being done by the city to be effective. So evidently, homelessness is having a direct effect on the people of the Fort Worth community. What is preventing this problem from being solved? Chronic homelessness has always been an issue in the city of Fort Worth. The community is not working hard enough to improve the number of homeless people, and therefore the number is rising. The number one reason a person lives a homeless lifestyle is because they have encountered one significant, unfortunate event in their life, such as chronic illness or job loss. In 2013, an article titled "Homeless Women in Fort Worth" was published by Susan Schrock. She gave an example of a homeless mother who received a job interview but could not attend. She could not attend because she did not live in a home where she could leave her children. She had no money to pay for childcare, therefore she couldn't find anyone to watch her children, and she didn't have a car to transport her to the interview. Therefore, she had no other choice than not to go. This is an example of a cycle of homelessness that many homeless people encounter on the streets. These situations are common among homeless people in Fort Worth because they simply lack the resources they need to improve their lives. I conducted an interview with Betty McElroy, the Women and Children's Coordinator at the Union Gospel Mission on Lancaster Street in downtown Fort Worth. She claims that while some homeless individuals make the conscious decision to live a homeless lifestyle, most do not want to be homeless. She says that homeless individuals view themselves as completely worthless because that is how society portrays them. She says that these stereotypes prevent them from seeking opportunities for a better life. She says to never judge a homeless person because you don't know their story and you don't know what condition they're in. You have no idea what got them there, and so you should treat them as though they are worthy of a successful lifestyle because that's exactly what they deserve. Now, why should we let some simple stereotypes stand in the way of improving the quality of life for people in the city of Fort Worth? Here are some solutions that could make a huge impact on the lives of homeless people. The key to providing a solution in the homeless epidemic in the city of Fort Worth is to provide sustainable resources and opportunities for successful people affected by this lifestyle. The Fort Worth Day Resource Center posted an article in 2014 titled "The Cost of Homelessness in Fort Worth." In this article, they stated that the net public cost allowing people to remain on the streets exceeds the cost of providing social, psychiatric, and employment services combined with quality, affordable living. So basically, this means that most of the money we spend perpetuates and manages homelessness instead of solving it and providing people with better life. Instead, the Day Resource Center claims that we should use the money for more proactive services to prevent homelessness, such as rental assistance, housing councils, case management, and job training. So here are some strategies I suggest making to improve the growing issue in our community. We should increase the supply of supportive housing, provide shelters, and encouraging communities. We should expand the opportunities and services linked with accountability. We should teach people to sustain healthier lifestyles. We should develop and operate central resource facilities that can be open to the public in need of a little extra help, guidance, or resources. We should coordinate and expand homelessness prevention initiatives, even if that simply means breaking down previous stereotypes held by the public. We should support and strengthen existing private, public, and faith-based efforts, shelters, and resource centers. But most importantly, we should lead, educate, and advocate for change in the Fort Worth community. So as you can see, homelessness is a very important issue in the city of Fort Worth that we all love and care for so much. As citizens, we have a responsibility to care for the people around us in need and to make our community one that has the best life possible. Thank you.